Hi everybody, it's Julie. Welcome back to my wonderful BC life. I'm back today with another Dollarama and Dollar Tree haul to share with everybody. Anyway, I think I will start out with Dollarama this time around. And I have something that Dave picked out. And this was $2.75, and it's the 375 milliliter Heinz Sweet Relish. Looks like so. Got one jar of that, and I like that this kind has the flat bottom, so you can stick that like so in the fridge or even on the counter. Maybe, you know, when you're busy cooking your burgers, you can set that like this, and the relish will fall to the bottom, so it's easier to get out. So I got one of those, and I got one little bottle of the Mod Podge. And this is the glossy one. I needed that for my craft room, and that was $1.50 for that. And I got this for Dave. I'm trying to get organized here. I already filmed all of this, and then I screwed up at the very end. I need to do pauses as I'm going. That way there's better room in there for editing, but I'm usually rattling on too continuously to find openings to do that. But anyway, I bought this for Dave, and it's actually a pen holder, but that's not what I want to use it for. And it's $3.25, and it's made by Studio. And it looks like this. It almost looks like a little planter. But the reason why I got it was to put in Dave's bathroom, and maybe he can put like his combs and his brush and stuff in there. I don't know. He tends to leave them on the counter a lot, and then I come in and tidy everything up. And I thought, maybe we can get him into the habit of putting them in this. But if I know Dave, I doubt it. He's a creature of habit. He does what he does. But anyway, I love him anyway. I certainly do. Anyway, the next items. Dave picked this one out, and it's 410 grams, and it's the Puritan Meatball Stew for $2.50. I got 2 tins of that for one of those nights when just don't feel like making anything much. Throw some extra veggies in it, maybe even some extra meat in it if you want extra meat, and you know, warm it up with a bun. It's tasty. And Dave also picked this one out when he was with me. We don't have it often, but once in a while it's nice. And it's the Chef Boyardee Beef Ravioli, 425 gram can for $1.75. And I have a funny story to go with those. I'll try to be quick about it. We bought these when we were in Duncan on the weekend. And we came all the way back to home, and like a day or so later, I start looking for these things, and I'm like, where is it? I can't find it. Dave, do you know where that is? He says, no. He goes out and looks in the car. He says, it's not in the car. And I'm like, where could it have gone? Anyway, I go out in the car and look afterwards. And it wasn't in the very back part of the car, which is normally where we put groceries. And it wasn't up in the front where we both sit. It was in the back seat, and it was in a black bag, black interior, black carpeting. So it was sort of blending in. But anyway, I found it, but I was really wondering because we had quite a few things in that bag and I couldn't find any of them. So the next item I got, and this is made by Rama Design, and it was $4. And it is a utensil stand made of iron and silicone, it says. This is what it looks like. And I saw that there, and I thought, you know, whenever I'm cooking, I will put like a little plate next to the stove, and that's what I put whatever mixing spoons I'm using, you know, stir spoons or you know, spatulas or whatever. I put them on a little plate. And I thought, well, if I've got one of these, I can use this to do that. So I decided to grab that. So we'll see how that goes. And I also got, and this was $4, yep, I don't know, $4.25, and it's a jardinage, what does it say? It's hard to read this in this light. Well, whatever, you'll get the idea. Well, I don't even know why it says jardinage. Oh, that must be French for gardening. It says on the other side gardening. You see, it says gardening. And when I first looked at it, I'm looking at this side and it says jardinage. Oh gosh. One of those silly moments in life. Anyway, it's a garden deco twine in jar with scissors. And you see the twine is on the inside and it's got the little hole in the top for you to pull your twine out. That way it's not going to get rolling all over. Like I've got it out in my craft room now. I've got twine out there. It ends up all over the place. I thought this way here it will be more organized, and it has the little package of or little pair of scissors that go along with it. So when I want to take a piece off, I can just cut it off and my scissors will be right there where I need them. So I got that. And then Dave got this for the garage. Tornado brand. It's a mounts on the wall, holds up to 40 pounds. It's like a self-drilling system on this thing. And it looks like this. And this was what, $1.25, I think. Yes, $1.25 for that, for the garage. So we got that. And then Dave also was behind this. It's the Rama Design stainless steel clips. And they are magnetic clips. And they look like this. There's the label. And those were $2.50. And he bought these for work. That man, I'm telling you, he brings that place home with him. You'd think he was the owner of the business or something and not just the shuttle driver. He's always involving himself in different ways to try and make that place run more smoothly. And sometimes I think he thinks about it more than the boss does. It just seems like it, because he's always buying things for the business and he does get reimbursed for them, but it's just funny how his mind is just going all the time with these ideas of things the business needs to make it work better. Speaking of which, there is something else here somewhere. Where is it? Nope, that's not it. Oh yeah, this is it. He came home the one day and he says, "Have you got any toothbrushes?" And I knew he didn't mean like the one I use, because I use one of the power toothbrushes, you know, the rechargeable ones. And I said, "Well, you just mean normal toothbrushes?" He says, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, there should be some around here somewhere, because every time you go to get your teeth cleaned, the dentist gives you some, even though that's not the kind we use. So we tend to have some kicking around." So I bought these, and it's the Contour toothbrushes, Oracare it says, and they've got a flexible handle and soft bristles. It's a package of 2 toothbrushes for $1.25, and this is for his work too. When they're cleaning cars, sometimes they need just a little brush to get in, like, you know, or maybe around a door handle or something. I don't know. But anyway, this is what he wanted that for. So I got that. And I just realized that I must have thrown out the receipt. And I didn't just throw it up, I put it in the shredder. So if he's going to take it to work, I guess he's giving those 2 items. Well, they weren't expensive anyway. Anyway, enough about that. And I bought these, the Old Dutch popcorn twists, and it's a 175 gram bag for $3.25. Sometimes when Dave's having nuts or something in the evening, I like to have just a small bowl of something like that. And I also got, and it's funny how the weight differs so much, because this is the same weight as what those corn twists were, the popcorn twists, and it's the Cheetos Crunchy for $3, and it's such a smaller bag than what that is, just because these weigh a lot more. I got those, and I got 2 boxes of these that are a repurchase. the Hercules 20 compostable kitchen organics bags, and these are the small ones. 16.5 by 16.5 fits a 7.5 liter container, and those were $4. I buy those all the time, so I got that. And then Dave wanted these. It's the Pro Auto Protective Wipes. You get 25 wipes in here, and these were $2.25. Got those for Dave. And oh, that's the wrong store. I've got my stuff mixed up because I'm doing this for the second time. So I'm having to think harder now. Okay, what was what store? Anyway, there's a story behind this bread, and I'll tell you that when I get to the Dollar Tree stuff. I bought a loaf of the Wonder Classic White Bread for $2.50 at Dollarama. They say that what the story is with Dollarama stores is if there is another, like a grocery store close to them, then they are not allowed to carry baked goods such as that loaf of bread. But if there is not right within their immediate vicinity a store that sells those things already, then they can sell them. So that store that I was at had the bread and buns and stuff like that too. Had a whole bunch of different things, English muffins and stuff. And I also bought the Glad Cling Wrap, 164 feet or 50 meters for $2.75. Got one of those. And I got this. Sometimes one of Dave's customers that he gives rides to at work, sometimes we'll give him a bottle of wine. And we had a corkscrew, and the last time I went to open up or actually it was Dave was trying to open it up, put the corkscrew in and the thing snapped right in half. And you're like, well, great, now how do we get the cork out? So anyway, I decided to buy another corkscrew. Now Dave said he would have preferred that I buy the kind that has the two little handles and you just pull them down and it pops the thing out. But at the time I wasn't thinking of that, and I didn't see that kind at Dollarama. So I got this one. It's the Rama Design Deluxe Corkscrew for $2.50. How well this one will work, I don't know. But for $2.50, I guess if it breaks, then we'll go get the kind he wanted. So we'll see how that goes. The next item is something that I bought for Dave. He likes getting peanuts, and he was quite often going to either Walmart or the Real Canadian Superstore to buy his peanuts. And he tends to pay a bit more, I think. I'm sure they're more than this when he buys them there. And I saw these and I thought, well, will he like these? Because sometimes you buy nuts. If you buy cheaper nuts, I think you all know what I mean. You buy a thing of cheaper nuts and they're dried out, they're hard and, you know, not very flavorful. And so I thought, well, I'll take a chance and I'll just buy him the one bag of these peanuts from Dollarama. And I brought them home, he tried them, and he actually likes them. So I thought, well, that's good, because as long as they continue to carry them, I can continue to pick them up at Dollarama. So this is the Chippy roasted peanuts, and they are salted. It's a 650 gram bag, the value pack, for $3.50. So I got him 2 bags of those. And this is Dollarama. Okay, like I say, my stuff's got all mixed up now. Anyway, I got this. It's the Huggies Natural Care Sensitive and Fragrance-Free Wipes. And they are plant-based wipes with 99% purified water. And knowing me, I have very sensitive skin. I thought it probably would not be a bad idea to get these. And they are a package of 56 wipes. Do not flush, it says, so I have to remember not to throw them in there. $4.25 for those. Now I know I can get wipes a lot cheaper at Dollar Tree than $4.25, but I can't recall if they had the really sensitive ones. I'll have to look next time I'm in there. But anyway, I got those. And this is Dollarama here. I wanted to get one of these because I thought sometimes when you're wearing a hat, if it's a hot day, it can almost be too hot to wear a hat, but you want something to shade your eyes. So I saw these at Dollarama. They were $4, and it's the ombre sport visor with the keyhole for your ponytail. And I got the black one. They came in different colors and different patterns. I got this black one, and it's black and white on the back. I just wanted something that was more of a neutral color, and some of the other colors, though very pretty, I thought it'll be harder to match them with what I'm wearing. So, but I might pick up another one if I see another one that's a color that I do like. Anyways, I got one of those. We'll see how that works out. And so, like I say, sometimes you just need something to shield your eyes, and that's what I really need that for. And I think the rest is all Dollar Tree now. Okay. And I got from Dollar Tree the Green Giant Summer Sweet Peas, 398 milliliter or 14 fluid ounce. Got one can of those. And I got the Candy Kingdom Jujubes. At least, does everybody call them Jujubes, or is that just me? Is that how you pronounce them, or is it Jujubes? I don't know. I call them Jujubes. Anyway, the our 165 gram bag, and I forget whether they had the expiry date on these somewhere. I'm sure they did. Oh, yes, they do. July of 2026. So they should be nice and fresh. And those look like that. I always look for the bags that have lots of red ones. Am I the only one that does that? Where you go and you're looking for something like that and you're like, oh, I don't want that bag. It's got too many green ones in it. That one's got lots of red ones. Anyways, that was $1.50 for that. And I got this, which we don't normally carry. They don't normally carry it at my Dollar Tree. And this explains the white bread. I got the 500 gram jar of Planters smooth peanut butter. I got one of those, and these were $2. And they also had it in the crunchy peanut butter. So I got one of each. And the reason for the white bread was because Dave always buys the really healthy brown bread with all sorts of good stuff in it that's, you know, super good for you. But when I'm having a peanut butter sandwich, I want just a plain white bread sandwich. I just like the flavor of my white bread, and I know some people would think I was crazy for feeling that way, but I honestly do. I just like the taste of white bread, even though I know it's not nearly as good for me as the stuff that Dave buys, which is extremely good for you. But anyway, when I bought the 2 jars of peanut butter, I thought, I'm going to get 1 loaf of white bread and I'll just stick it in the freezer, and then once in a while when I want to have a sandwich, I can have a sandwich on the bread that I like. So I got that. And then I'd been looking for a white marker. It didn't have to have a big tip on it, but regardless, I couldn't find any white markers. You go down the stationery aisle and there's all sorts of markers, all sorts of different colors, but no white ones. Well, I'm in Dollar Tree the one day, and it was the craft aisle that I was in. I was in the craft aisle, not the stationery one. And I came across this. It's a Crafter Square metallic marker. I assume it writes in white, but a metallic type white. And that's what that looks like. And so I picked that up for $1.50. I'm hoping it'll do what I want it to do. It's something to do with that one metal bike that I bought at Dollarama. And I'm trying to jazz it up a little bit. And I thought it needed some white marker. But anyway, we'll see if it works. I'm assuming it's white. I mean, the whole thing looks white, so. I'm assuming that that's what it is. Now, the next item, I bought one of these last year, and I could only ever find the one. This year, I go walking into Dollar Tree, and there they've got all sorts of them. So, I picked up 4 of them for my dining table, and they're the Shore Living line. They say they're reversible, although personally, I will always have the nautical side up, and they're the 11 by 17 inch fabric placemats. And that's what those look like. And like I say, I got 4 of those for $1.50 a piece. And now I can do the dining table to match the one that's over on the coffee table that I got last year. And it was sitting over there all by its lonesome because I didn't have another one to match it. Anyway, seeing as I got that, I saw this and I thought, well, I might as well get this for the drink station. Even though technically the drink station is in like a B decor mode. Nonetheless, I've got nautical stuff throughout the rest of this area. So I decided to get this, and it's the Shore Living Dish Drying Mat 12 by 18 inch. And it matches perfectly the placemats that I just picked up. So I got one of those. Now the last things I got were to go along with something I got last year. And I will show you first which ones I had from last year. And they're the little summery beach gnomes. This is from last year, bear in mind. This guy, he's got his little flip-flops on his feet there. And he's got the sea stars on his hat, and he's got his sunglasses on. And he's got a little drink container here that's a pineapple with his little umbrella in it. And then also from last year, I had this one, which he's got his flippers on his feet, and he's obviously going scuba diving because he's got this on, and he's got his little floaty pink flamingo. So like I say, these are the 2 from last year. Well, they came out with new ones. You know I had to buy them. This one here, he's also got the flippers on his feet. And, you know, he's got his goggles on and that as if he's going to go scuba diving. But he's got the unicorn floaty. And then this one is more like the first one with the sea stars on his hat or starfish on his hat and the sunglasses and with the flip-flops on his feet. And he's got the coconut drink with the little sea star on that, or is that a flower? No, I think that's a flower. That's like a hibiscus. I think that's a little hibiscus flower. So anyway, I've added to my collection of summer gnomes. So anyway, that's my video for today. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I don't know if anybody here is watching Canada's Got Talent. I'm pretty sure Sonia is. But anyway, our hometown celebrities, Carlo and Jackson, are Funkanometry. And Funkanometry is now in the finals. Next week, they will be, I assume, doing their, I don't know, did they just do one performance? Probably just one performance, but they've been spectacular so far. And I'm hearing some people complaining about the voting process right now, because the voting is kind of screwed up depending on what time zone you're in. Like, if I go to vote next week for Funkanometry, which I certainly will, I have to vote before I've even watched the episode. Because of the time difference, the episode's going to, you know, it's going to be airing at a certain time, but I won't have seen it yet. But I have to start voting at, I forget whether it was 5 o'clock. I think it was for something like from 5 o'clock to 6:30. I have to vote, even though they technically haven't performed yet where I am. So anyway, I hope everybody's watching my guys and cheering them on, and maybe give them some votes on, what is it, Tuesday? I think it's Tuesdays that they're on. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's Tuesdays. So anyway, they've been doing fantastic, and I'm so proud of my guys. They're just such a talented duo and such nice boys. But anyway, I hope you liked my video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and be sure to hit the notification bell and set it to all so you don't miss any of my uploads. And I hope everybody's doing well, healthy, and happy. I would like to thank you all for joining me today, and until next time, bye-bye.
Bonus here, eh, Jerk?
Yeah.
You guys see the seal through the discos.
Just